And it's live. Hello guys, how are we all doing? Welcome back to yet another live stream. We are bringing to you the first Carabao Cup draw of the season. And as you can see, we've got all of the EFL teams involved. Welcome along to everyone. Before we get into it, say hello, hit that like button. We've got a little bit of time to play with until the draw does get underway. But of course, as I say, it's the first round of the Carabao Cup and I've listed the teams beside me. But obviously, if you're not already aware, because there's so many teams at this stage, it's split into two. So what you can see beside me is the southern side of the draw. And let me just swap those around. That is the northern side. The font is a little bit smaller because there's more teams in the northern side of the draw. Like I say, welcome along to everyone. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Show this stream some support. Say hello in the live chat. And if you're not already familiar with what number you are, then have a little look. You might need to zoom in a little bit. That's the northern side of the draw. And this, once again, is the southern side of the draw. And there's already 50 people in here. There's 100 people in here, bloody hell. So just make sure you're dropping a like. I'm going to go through your comments now. It's great to see so many people in here. Oh, look at that, so many people. Let me just explain things to you. So we have got, we've got 32 there, and we've got 38 there. So we have got 70 teams. Now in the EFL there is actually 72 teams, so that means out of the 3 teams that got relegated from the Premier League, only one of them is included, and that is Sheffield United. So it is all of the EFL teams except for Burnley and Luton. It's just the way they do it for the Carabao Cup. Anyway, like I say, if you're excited, let me know. If you're not bothered, let me know. I know some people really don't like this competition, which is fair enough. Everyone's entitled to their own view. I suppose the early stages of this competition can leave a little bit to be desired, but then if you get quite far, it can be exciting. I'm going to say hello to some of you guys. There's nearly 200 people in here. Just take 2 seconds to drop a like. Let's say hello. Nat, how you doing? Jake, good to see you. Brian, he wants Stevenage versus QPR. Struggers, how you doing? George, he's a Coventry fan, of course. George, he wants to go out in the first round. Mick says, morning, Matt. Another cup run for the mighty Sky Blues. Yeah, well, we have. Do you know what? For our team, Coventry, we've not got a great record in this competition. If you've just joined us, guys, let me just explain things to you. We will bring you the draw when it gets underway, but before that, let me just show you what we've got here. We've got the 38 teams in the northern draw because there's 70 teams and they split it regionally so that, you know, you don't get Plymouth going up to Sunderland for the Carabao Cup, for example. They've got the southern side and the northern side. That's the northern side. Have a look at what ball number you are. Have a look at what ball numbers are interesting to you. And this is the southern side here. If I'm being honest, I think it's a little bit top heavy in the northern side. It feels like there's a few more championship teams in the northern side of the draw. What strong championship teams have we got in the southern side? You've got Bristol City, you've got Norwich, you've got Coventry and Swansea. There's a few in Watford. There's a few decent teams. And for anyone that might be tuning in not knowing how the Carabao Cup works, if you support a Premier League team or Luton or Burnley, you will be joining next round. Unless you support a Premier League team that is playing in Europe, then you join the round after that in round 3. I actually quite like the Carabao Cup. I know, as I said, some people don't like it, but I quite like it. Let's read out a few more comments. Good morning, says Eugene. Morning, says Bella. Is it north or south first, says Wookie Cookie. I don't know. Should we have a little look at what it says on their official website? The draw will start in a bit. It doesn't actually say if it's northern or southern first. No, it doesn't say. So we'll find out soon if it's going to be northern or southern first. So stick around with us. Can I just remind you once again, if you've not hit the like button, to do so. We've got 200 people in here and we are on, what are we on? 87 likes. That's pretty good, actually. But we can definitely get to 100. Drop a like, and anyone watching that hasn't subscribed, it takes 2 seconds. And get in the live chat. Let's do a little roll call, actually, seeing as there's so many people in here. Let's see how many different fans we have got in here. Comment once in the live chat. Which team do you support? Let us know, and then we'll get an idea and a feel for how many different fans we have got in here. As I say, so many teams involved in the first round of the draw, so comment which team you support. Once again, there is the northern side. Teams to look out for, I don't know, I mean, Wrexham, I suppose they're going to get media attention. Leeds United, both of the Sheffield clubs are in the northern draw, Sunderland as well. And then, of course, in the southern draw, we've got Bromley playing in this competition now after their promotion to the Football League for the first time ever. You've also got Coventry and Norwich, Birmingham as well, and the 2 Bristol clubs. Let's have a look at the live chat to see how many different fans we have got in here. Forest, Liverpool, Leeds, Middlesbrough, Bristol Rovers, Port Vale, Everton, Port Vale, Sheffield Wednesday, Leeds, Chelsea, Leeds, Rotherham, Wednesday, Swansea, Coventry, Norwich, Peterborough, Liverpool, Chelsea, MK Dons. Brian says it's the northern section first. Okay. Well, if Brian's right, we'll be bringing you the northern draw and then the southern draw, of course. Let me just turn an extra light on. How's the lighting looking? Does it look all right to you? Keep your comments coming. Let me know who you support. And on top of that, who do you want to play in the next round of this, in the first round of this competition? Who do you want to play? Or are you a bit like George, who just said he wants to go out in the first round? Let us know. Haddock is asking the question, where's Luton? As I said, they only include 70 teams in this round. So that means the 2 highest ranked teams from last season in the Football League are not featured, which would be Burnley and Luton, as they were the 2 teams that came down above Sheffield United. A little bit long-winded, but there you go. We've got a Wycombe fan, Sunderland, Reading, QPR, Newcastle, Hull City, Forest, Birmingham. Great to see so many people in here. Thank you so much. Once again, make sure you're dropping a like. Does every matchup have to be South versus North? No, Ludders. It's the other way around. It has to be South versus South and then North versus North. So it's not done like that. It's not North versus South. They will get 32 balls, do the southern draw, so say 20 versus 18, which would be Norwich v Newport, and so on and so forth until that is all done, and then they'll get rid of that and they will start to do the northern draw, or the northern draw first, if you know what I mean. Then Leeds play Lincoln, and you get the idea. Chris says he wants Wrexham at home. Struggers says, this is a great channel, Matt, my favourite channel. Cheers, Struggers. It's massively appreciated. Let's have a think, by the way, before the draw gets started. What possible derbies are there? You've got the Sheffield Steel City derby. You've got quite a few Lancashire teams that could face each other. What about in the southern draw? How many London teams have we got? We've got QPR, Millwall, Leyton Orient, Bromley, quite a few London teams that could face each other. You've got Watford v Luton as a derby. Is it Oxford v Reading? Is that a derby? Jason wants Hull City to play Leeds. Mick says the mighty Sky Blues will get Bristol City away. If you're going to ask for my preference, I would like a League Two team at home. Just give us the most winnable one, and give us a home game as well. I don't want to be travelling around for the Carabao Cup just yet. Although it's regionalised, you could still get some pretty long journeys. Say Plymouth get Norwich. You know, that's what, 5-6 hours each journey. Horrendous. Let's have a look at some more. You got Middlesbrough v Sunderland. Yeah, that's a possible derby as well. Right, keep those comments coming. Let's just do another like spike before the draw gets underway. We are currently on 120 likes. There's 200 people in here. No reason why we can't get to 200 likes. Do take 2 seconds to hit that like button, and the draw is getting started very, very soon. But please show some support before we get there. Just drop a like. And once again, to anyone that's not subscribed, get involved. Let's have a look at some of your comments again. Oh, we've gone down a sub. We need to go up. Hit the subscribe button. Charlton versus Wimbledon, says QPR Forever. Coventry Stevenage, says Ray James. Covey Charlton, says Trevor. Actually, yeah, Charlton. I mean, Charlton are League One, but Charlton are a club we haven't played in a few years. I'll take that. Lawrence is a Blackpool fan. He wants Preston at home. Yes, of course. Is that the West Lancashire derby? Yeah, because the Burnley Blackburn is the East Lancashire derby, isn't it? Right, like I say, not long until the draw gets underway. Keep those comments coming. Ross reckons it'll be Crawley versus Millwall. Like I say, keep those comments coming. Carabao Cup draw, we are all set and ready to go. Like I said, there's so many people in here, which is absolutely fantastic. Just make sure you're getting your support in. Let's read out a few more comments. Oxford versus Swindon. Leeds versus everyone is a derby, says Stuart. Yeah. Well, apparently Coventry versus everyone is a bit of a derby after last season. Everyone's saying Coventry are making rivalries with everyone. Struggers is a Southampton fan. He says we can't have Pompey yet. No, because Southampton have been promoted. So like I say, Premier League teams join next time round. If you can't read those because the font is so small, let me just show you on the internet. I'm going to slowly scroll down. So if you don't already know your ball number, make sure you're watching. I'm going to slowly scroll down, starting with the Southern draw. So these are the teams with their ball numbers. Like I say, make a note of it if your team comes up, and make a note of which teams you might want to play and what ball number they are, of course. So that is the Southern draw. That's the 32 teams there. And then we've got the Northern draw here. If it helps you out, it is done alphabetically. I mean, if you live in the north or the south, you will know what side of the draw you are on. But if you live in the Midlands, it can be a little bit like, oh, which side are we going to be on? Because, for example, Coventry are on the south side, but West Bromwich Albion is on the north side. And it's hardly any further north than Coventry. But I suppose they have got to do a cut-off point at somewhere. So there you go. There's the ball numbers if you didn't already know. And I will flash up the fixtures once they have been drawn. So don't worry about not being able to know what the games are if you've missed it or anything. The balls are coming out soon, someone said. Let's have a look at some more comments. As a Leeds fan, I want to see Leeds versus Wrexham, Hollywood against the 49ers. It's a good narrative, isn't it? Birmingham versus Walsall would be good, says Connor. Yeah, so Walsall, where are Walsall? They're in the Southern draw, aren't they? I mean, that's interesting. Walsall in the Southern draw, West Brom in the Northern draw. Is West Brom technically slightly further north than Walsall? They've got to be like almost level with each other in the geography, but like I said, there's got to be a cut-off point somewhere. So, like I say, it's countdown time. There's 260 people in here, which is absolutely fantastic. VMX Minty says Owls versus Blades. Gary says Plymouth versus Portsmouth. Everyone is just listing which games they want to see. Archie says Bristol City v Bristol Rovers. Yeah, I think this is a real opportunity to see some derbies that we've not seen for years. So, Bristol City, Bristol Rovers, Stoke versus Port Vale, those kind of matchups would be great fun. So, I don't know, it's not even a derby, but like someone just saying Walsall because it's down the road. Do you know what I mean? That kind of thing. Let's have a look at a few more comments. As a Middlesbrough fan, I want to get Derby. Interesting. Ruben says Wrexham are going to play Millwall. No, I don't think they can, Ruben, because Wrexham are in the northern draw, Millwall are in the southern draw. Rover Animates says Blackburn versus Mansfield. Right, one last chance to just blast the likes. There's nearly 300 people in here. Sorry to be annoying, but if we can get up to 300 likes before the draw starts, then it would just really help the stream grow. So take 2 seconds to like. I can see half of you haven't. It helps. That's all I'll say. It helps. So get involved. Barnsley, Doncaster. Yeah, I mean, the possibilities are endless, aren't there? All the Yorkshire teams could play each other. All the Lancashire teams might play each other. As I say, there are so many possibilities. And if you're not already familiar with the ball numbers, I will just scroll down that page one more time while you all keep your comments coming. I'm trying to read out as many of them as possible, but we've had loads of new people join the stream, so I'm just going to scroll down. Whoops, let's do it slowly. Just make sure you know what ball number you are. That's the southern side of the draw. It's done alphabetically, 1 to 32. And then this is the northern side of the draw, alphabetically, 1 to 38. Let's have a look at some comments while that's going on. Preston fan would love to see Blackpool. What team are you a fan of? I'm a Coventry fan, if anyone doesn't know. Right, we've had so many comments coming in, but we've got to turn our attention to the draw, which is coming soon. Oops, there we go. Let's just scroll down so you can see that. I have got the ball numbers next to me here. That's that's the southern side. This is the northern side. As I say, the font is smaller because there's more teams. Ross says, you read out my Crawley versus Millwall prediction, so as you have asked, I have liked. There you go. Yeah, feel free in the final minutes before the draw starts to give us a prediction. I'll give you a prediction for my team, so give us a prediction for who your team's going to play, even if you're not bothered. It's just a bit of fun. Let's see if anyone, I'm sure out of 330 people that are watching, one of you will get your prediction right. Give us a prediction for who your team is going to play. My team is in the southern draw. I'm going to go with Coventry versus, let's say Coventry versus, Bromley. I'll just go for it. Coventry versus Bromley. Feel free to share your predictions for the draw. As I say, we are all set and ready. Keep those comments coming. Let's have a look at some more of those. Cardiff versus Millwall. Walsall versus West Brom. I think some people are saying their predictions in hope rather than expectation, I guess. They want the local derbies, don't they? Millwall versus Peterborough. Carlisle versus Barrow. It's got to be, says Davey. Well, they're in the same league now, aren't they? After Carlisle's relegation back down to League 2, of course. But they are rivals. Coventry versus Birmingham, says James. Actually, do you know what? I would take that because Birmingham are in League 1. So unless we get them in the Cup, there is no chance of Coventry playing Birmingham otherwise. Right, Leeds versus Wrexham or Stoke. The Lone Raven says, show the northern teams. There you go. A real variety, isn't it? Derby versus Leeds, says Nicholas. Where's Leicester? Someone's asked. Right, we've got plenty of people watching, and if you didn't already know, let me just explain the rules, I guess, one more time. The draw is for the EFL teams only for round 1. After that, the Premier League teams start to join. The only 2 EFL teams that are not included are Luton and Burnley. When does it start? Someone's asked. In a matter of seconds, I believe. It's scheduled for 20 past. So we are sat here fastening our seatbelts, waiting for it to get underway. And one last plug before we do get started. Hit that bloody like button. 300 likes is the target today. And we can definitely get there, of course, with your support. So just drop a like and once again, subscribe. Plenty of content to come, by the way. So it's worth subscribing if you've not already, because we're going to do a bit more for the Euros. And then we're going to do Premier League, Championship and League 1 over the next couple of days as well. So get involved. So many comments coming in. VMX Minty asks why Luton and Burnley are not in it. I'll explain it one last time. Only 70 teams are joining at this stage, and the 2 highest ranked in the EFL don't join, which is Luton and Burnley, because they finished above Sheffield United. So Sheffield United are included, Luton and Burnley are not. Okay, there you go. Every game of this is on Sky, says James. Is it? Is every is every Carabao Cup first round game on Sky? If so, that's pretty crazy. Coventry are going to face Huddersfield, someone's just said. They can't. As I said, it's regionalised. It's north versus south, and Coventry have ended up in the south of the draw. Gaming Dog says he can see Coventry and Fulham going far in this competition. There you go. Fulham don't join until the next round, of course. Yeah, Toffee Men is just explaining the rules as well there. They finished 18th and 19th. Baggy Matt says, I can't understand why West Brom are in the northern section and Walsall are southern when Walsall are further north than West Brom. That is the point I was making a second ago. I suppose there's got to be a cut-off line somewhere where two teams that are very close, one ends up south and one ends up north. But I thought Walsall was further north than West Brom. I don't know, maybe I'm slightly mistaken, but one thing I have said, and I will repeat it, is the northern side of the draw, in my opinion, looks a little bit more top-heavy. And what I mean by that is, how many championship teams have we got there? Quite a few. Let's go through it. Blackburn, Derby, Hull, Leeds, Middlesbrough, Preston, Sheffield United, Sheffield Wednesday, Stoke, Sunderland, West Brom. Oh, maybe not. Maybe, but they've got quite a few of the big ones. They've got West Brom and the Sheffield clubs and Leeds. You know, they're heavy hitters, I suppose. There is still plenty of good teams in the Southern draw. I'm not saying these teams are not good. My team's in the Southern draw. But I'm just saying, I don't know if you agree, I just think the Northern side looks a little bit stronger. QPR Forever says someone was drunk when they drew the dividing line. Well, has anyone seen that Welcome to Wrexham documentary when they put up the map and like Brentford was in the north and like, I don't know, Newcastle was in London and something like that. Maybe it was the Welcome to Wrexham guys did the line. Why do some teams end up south when they are north? And yeah, DCFC. I don't think it's atrocious. I just think there's a couple teams in the Midlands where they've possibly got them the wrong way round. In particular, Walsall and West Brom. Anyway, the draw is going to start soon. Once it does, I will bring it to you. I can see the balls are going to be coming out any second now. So we will be here for a little while. It's not a short draw, this. We've got 38 balls plus 32 balls to get through. So that's 70 balls, 35 games, lots of football. How close are we to 300 likes, by the way? We are on 230, and there's 330 of you in here. Keep it coming, guys. Just drop a like while we are waiting. It is really appreciated. Get involved. Steve says, I don't want Wrexham. Steve, we can't play them. As you're a Coventry fan, we are in the south draw. They are in the north draw. What else have we got? Let's have a look at some more comments. I swear round 3, north teams can play south teams. Yes, so in case you're not aware, the second round is Premier League teams that are not in Europe, plus Burnley and Luton joining. And then round 3 is the Premier League teams that are in European competitions. And I think at that stage, the draw is not regionalised. I think come round 3, northern teams can start playing southern teams. They split it up a little bit. Like I say, there's plenty of people in it. We're waiting for the draw. I think it's been put back 5 minutes. So we'll just keep the conversations going till then. Middlesbrough are going to win the cup, someone's just said. Ross says maybe they wanted to keep some teams apart so they couldn't play each other. Possibly that's why they've done it where they have. Ratty first says they've split the Midlands to balance the draw. Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. There's got to be a line somewhere. I don't know. It's not that deep, actually, is it? I mean, some people are like, oh, I can't believe this. That team's above that team. But, like, it's not that deep, is it? So, I mean, quick question. Do you guys want, if I give you the choice of an easy draw, so a not very good League Two team, or the most juicy draw there is, so probably like Leeds United or something, what do you fancy? A juicy draw or an easy draw? Do you just want to try and get through, or do you want a big day out at the start of the season? Because I would imagine if you support a League Two side like Accrington, you might think, yeah, I want to go to Leeds. What other opportunity might we get? Ratifus says they're redrawing the boundaries. Yeah, they've pushed it back just to do the lines again. Let's have a look. Carter says, come on, Colchester. George wants a juicy draw. Dino wants a juicy draw. DCFC wants a juicy draw. Wookie Cookie wants an easy draw. There you go. Just getting your opinions, guys. Once again, a massive thank you for your support, guys. Do keep it coming. We will bring you the draw once it gets underway. Right, last chance then to do a roll call because I think the draw is going to start in 2 minutes. Sorry, I'm a little bit repetitive, but there you go. One last time, let us know who you support before the draw gets started in a minute. Let us know who you support and let us know who you want to play. Put it all in one comment. I support Portsmouth, I want to play Leyton Orient, that sort of thing. Let us know. Get involved in the live chat. If you're new around here, make sure you're subscribing, then head to the live chat, get involved. It takes 2 seconds to subscribe. As I said, these are the northern teams and these are the southern teams. Eugene's an Everton fan. Is it Simon or Simeon? He says Hull City fan. Metin wants Millwall versus Portsmouth. That'd be decent. Oh, actually, I saw something on Twitter the other day. Was it yesterday? Millwall are at home to Portsmouth the same day Tottenham are at home to Southampton. So both of the South Coast rivals there will be heading to the capital. They might move one of the games to the Sunday for that reason. Let's have a look at some more comments. Joe's a Wigan fan. He wants to play Bolton. Mark is a West Brom fan. He wants Walsall. No, actually, remember, you can't get Walsall because... Or can you? No, you can't. Walsall are in the southern draw. West Brom are in the northern draw. I'm a Man United fan. I'm just happy to be here, someone said. I've got a Stoke fan who wants to play Carlisle. Cardiff fan who wants to play Millwall or Birmingham. Colchester fan who wants Cambridge. And there you go, someone who wants Peterborough to play Cambridge as well. Right, it's great to see so many people. Thank you once again for your support. Get involved with everything. It's just a waiting game now. In fact, we are 1 minute away from 11:30. So no time at all. Stay here to see the draw in full. William says Burnley are not in the draw. No, they are not. I want Man United in the semi-final. Revenge, says Steve. Well, we've got to get there first. Brandon is a QPR fan. He wants to play Bromley. Eugene wants Millwall versus Watford. Well, that's the first game of the Championship season for both of them, isn't it? Millwall play Watford. Not long to go now. Seconds. We will bring you the draw when it gets underway. Seconds to go. Thank you once again for everyone getting involved. To see 350 people in here is amazing. I'm a Tottenham fan. Jack says, he says, hi. Hi, Jack. Good to meet you. Matty says, time for Rotherham to finally win a cup game. DCFC says, imagine Carlisle and Plymouth make it to round 3 and draw each other. Yeah, well, that's why they try and split them up in round 1 and 2. But it is possible they could both get to round 3 and face each other, which would just be, oh, it'd be so long-winded. I mean, maybe for a league game, more fans are willing to do that. But for a Carabao Cup game, some fans are just like, I'm not making that journey. But some fans will, you know, some fans are so loyal. They'll travel the whole country. Struggers says, thank you for the shout outs, by the way. It means a lot. No worries, Struggers. Thanks for joining us. Let's have a look. Is it southern or northern first, says Jack? I don't know. Someone in the live chat said it was going to be northern first. It's 11:30 now, so it should be starting. Once it's started, I can tell you which one's first. Just keep your comments coming till then. How close are we to 300 likes? 268, 32 to go. We're nearly there. But I just want the draw to start. As I say, get involved with everything. We'll get some random League 2 team, says Dino. He says Swindon or Crawley. Win or lose, we're on the booze, going home and away, says Matty. That's the spirit, mate. That's the spirit. That's going to be the the England mentality for the fans at the moment. Win or lose, we're on the booze. Oh dear. Just a reminder for anyone who's a regular watcher of the channel, myself and Sophie are back doing Euro predictions tonight, but it's a good one. It's the first knockout stages predictions, so I, for one, cannot wait. That will be out later. As a Hull fan, please don't give us Doncaster, says Jason. Notts versus Coventry, says Jack. And here we go. The draw is about to get started. So fasten your seatbelts. There's 400 people in here. I can see it's literally about to start. So hit that like button. I'm going to focus on the draw. Let's see if it's the northern draw or the southern draw first. And then we will get it for you. So as I say, drop a like, subscribe, keep your comments coming. I'm just going to read one or two more. There's a Leyton Orient fan. He says, up the Orient, Barnsley, Red and White Army. So many comments. Southern draw first, says DCFC. There you go. Right, we are all set. I've got my paperwork with all the teams. I'm going to type it down for you guys so you can see it. This is the best place to watch it with a watch along. It's absolutely fantastic. There they are. Who's that? Is that McAllister there doing the draw? Right, let's clear this because we are about to get started with the draw. I think it is Southern first. So like I say, keep your comments coming. They're just talking about the Carabao Cup. They always do this, don't they? Before the draw starts, they speak to, so who's this? Frank Sinclair. They're like, what does the Carabao Cup mean to you? Oh, it's fantastic. Great competition. Had great success in it with Leeds United back in the 80s. Oh, fantastic. Just get on with it. Come on, boys. Let's get this draw done. I don't know why I'm getting excited. It's just the Carabao Cup first round draw, but it's just the unpredictability, isn't it? It's the nature of you can play anyone in your side of the draw. And like I say, we are just about to start. They're still waffling a little bit, which is fair enough. It's just I've got the volume turned down so I can't hear them. Just a reminder then, these are the teams. That's the northern lot, 1 to 38, and this is the southern lot. And let's clear it now. You've got a few more seconds to read that because I'm going to clear it because they're about to do the draw. Southern first, everyone's saying. Oh, look at that. The Northerners are getting left behind. It's outrageous. So, if you support a team that's in the Northern draw, you're going to have to bear with us 2 minutes, but we're doing the Southern draw first, apparently, and the first ball is out. So let's clear this. Stick around to see how we get on. First ball number is 6, which is Cambridge. Cambridge United will be taking on 25, which is QPR. Remember, guys, make a note of what ball number your team is. Cambridge are playing QPR. Next up, we've got ball number 30, which is Walsall. Are they going to face Birmingham or Coventry or something? 13 is Exeter. Cambridge, QPR, and Walsall, Exeter. Next up is ball number 12, which is Crawley Town, who have just been promoted, of course, to League One. They will take on 29, which is Swindon Town, who are still in League Two, of course. As I say, keep your comments coming. The draw is underway. 21 is next up in the Southern draw. That is Oxford United. I'll just put Oxford because Oxford City are not involved, of course, so we don't need to worry about that. They will take on Peterborough. I'm just going to abbreviate that. Let's just open this up a little bit more so you can see that a bit better. After Peterborough, we've got 20, which is Norwich City, and they take on number 27, which is Stevenage. Norwich of the Championship take on League One Stevenage. Next up is number 5, which is Bromley. Brilliant to see Bromley in this competition after their promotion. They will take on number 1, which is AFC Wimbledon. That's quite good. That's a London derby. Bromley versus Wimbledon. That's not a bad little fixture. 24, Pompey. I'm just going to put Pompey instead of Portsmouth because it's less letters. They take on number 16, which is Millwall, in an all-championship matchup. Next up in the Southern draw, we have got ball number 19, which is Northampton. I'd take this for my team because it's only down the road. They take on number 32, which is Wycombe. Northampton versus Wycombe is an all League One matchup. My team is still in the Southern draw. Where are we? We are not next. It's number 3, which is Bristol City. Is it going to be Bristol City v Bristol Rovers, potentially? It's number 11, which is Coventry. Okay, we're going away to Bristol City. We've got them in August already. But there you go. Coventry head to Bristol City. I think someone said that in the live chat earlier, by the way. Keep with us, guys. Even if your team has been drawn, there's plenty of ball numbers to get through. Next up is Cardiff, and they take on Bristol Rovers. Okay. Is it a derby? A little bit, maybe. Next up is number 8, which is Charlton Athletic. And Charlton will be taking on number 2, which is Birmingham City, which is now an all League One matchup. As I say, we are getting through the Southern draw here. Next up, after Charlton and Birmingham, it's 31, which is Watford. And I want to see your reaction to the draw. Watford will take on number 17, which is MK Dons. Still a few ball numbers left. 28 is up next, which is Swansea City. And Swansea will be taking on number 14, which is Gillingham. There's got to be only a few balls left now, surely, for the Southern draw. Next up, 23, which is Plymouth Argyle. And they can't play Exeter, remember, because they've already come out. Plymouth will be taking on number 9, which is Cheltenham. There you go. Still another couple left. 15 is Leyton Orient. And Leyton Orient will be taking on number 18, which is Newport. There's still a few left. There's so many balls, isn't there? Thank you once again for your support, guys. Just make sure you're dropping a like and subscribing. The Southern draw is coming to a close. Colchester will be taking on number 26, which is Reading. And that does conclude the Southern draw. We're going to have the Northern draw next. But just make yourself familiar with the Southern draw. There's a few all-championship matchups, including Pompey versus Millwall and Bristol City versus Coventry. Share your thoughts, guys, on the Southern draw. We have got the Northern draw coming up afterwards. I quite like Bromley versus Wimbledon. That's a bit of a London matchup. But they're both in the same league anyway next season in League 2. So there is your Southern draw. We're going to have the Northern draw up next. So let's clear this so we can get ready for the Northern draw. So, like I say, just take a few more seconds to look at the Southern draw. Pretty good, says Struggers. Mick says, I said it's going to be Bristol City. I'm going to put the lottery on next. Yeah, well, like I said, we did do predictions, so if anyone got the right prediction there for the Southern draw, well done. We're going to have the Northern draw up next, so let's clear this and add this. Oh, no, let's get rid of that. Let's just do it on this one. So there's your Southern draw. Take a look one last time, because we've got the Northern draw up next. And we start with number 28 in the Northern draw, which is Salford City. And if I'm right, Salford beat Leeds last season, didn't they, in this competition? They will take on 13. And 13, of course, is Doncaster. Salford versus Doncaster. Next up, we've got ball number 27, which is Rotherham. So Rotherham and Doncaster have just missed each other in the draw by the look of it. And Rotherham are going to get number 11, which is Crewe. Once again, guys, while the stream is running, there's 500 people here. Just take 2 seconds to like and subscribe if you haven't already. It takes 2 seconds to click the like button and the subscribe button. So please make sure to get involved. Next up, we have got Carlisle United. And they will take on number 33, which is Stoke City. Oh, it's a long journey for those Stoke City fans up to Carlisle. Excuse me. Number 19 is up next, and that is Leeds United. Here we go. There we go, is Leeds United. They will take on number 22, which is Middlesbrough. Oh, it's a tasty championship matchup between two strong northern sides that are tipped to do well in the championship next year. Next up, you've got Barrow. And Barrow will take on number 23, was it? No, it's Port Vale, whatever number that was, but it was Port Vale. Port Vale is 25, actually. Barrow take on Port Vale. And next up, we've got Burton Albion. And they will be taking on number 5, which is Blackpool. I think the best game so far from the Northern draw has got to be Leeds versus Middlesbrough, hasn't it? 35 is up next in the Northern draw. And that is Tranmere Rovers. Tranmere will be taking on number 1, which is Accrington Stanley. Who are they? There we go, Accrington up next. The draw goes on. Plenty of balls to get through in the Northern draw, remember. Number 14 is up next, and we've got Fleetwood Town. Fleetwood take on number 36, which is West Bromwich Albion. It's a bit of a lengthy journey there for West Brom up to Fleetwood. Next up is 31, which is Shrewsbury Town. And Shrewsbury take on 24, which is Notts County. And that is League 1 versus League 2. Let me just make that a little bit smaller because I've got that a bit too big. There we go, Notts County, just like that. Next up, Lincoln City. I love this. I love how many balls there are at the start of the draw. At the start of the competition, should I say. Lincoln take on Harrogate. There is lots to get through still. We've got 500 people watching, which is absolutely fantastic. Next up is number 12, which is Derby County. Derby will be taking on number 10, which is Chesterfield. They're not that far apart, are they, in the geography sense of it? Derby to Chesterfield, or Chesterfield to Derby rather. Next up is League 1 Bolton Wanderers. And Bolton will be taking on number 21, which is Mansfield. Also of League 1 after their promotion last season, of course. Still quite a few to get through here. Number 26 is up next, which is Preston North End. And Preston of the Championship will be playing number 34, which is Sunderland, an all-championship matchup. 29 is up next, and 29 is Sheffield United. Have we had Sheffield Wednesday yet? I don't think we have we? They're 30. Next up, 38. Oh, nearly. 38 is Wrexham. Oh, Sheffield United versus Wrexham. Remember, they played each other in the FA Cup a couple of years ago. 17 is, of course, Huddersfield Town. I'm just going to abbreviate that so I can fit the next team on. Huddersfield will play number 23, which is Morecambe. Huddersfield versus Morecambe. There's still quite a few to get through here. Number 37 up next, and that is Wigan Athletic. Stick around, guys. We're not finished anywhere near soon just yet. Wigan will take on Barnsley. League 1 versus League 1. Next is 18, which is Hull City. And Hull City are going to play number 30, which is Sheffield Wednesday. Okay, that's quite a decent match. So Yorkshire Derby. Hull City versus Wednesday. Next up, 32. Which is Stockport. Of course, they got promoted to League 1. Very good team, actually. Very good team. Number 4, they will play Blackburn Rovers. I have a feeling Stockport are going to get to the Championship within a couple of years. I just think they're very well organised there. Next up, 15, which is Grimsby. Grimsby Town. And they will take on number 7, which is Bradford, in an all League 2 matchup. Still quite a few to get through here. Or maybe not. Maybe that was the last one. There you go. I was wrong. That was the last one from the Northern Draw. So make yourself familiar with this. That is the Northern Draw. Some interesting games, including Leeds, Middlesbrough, Sheffield United, Wrexham, I guess, Hull v Sheffield Wednesday, Derby, Chesterfield potentially. Could be juicy. What's your thoughts, guys? Share your thoughts on the draw. That wraps up, excuse me, that wraps up the Northern Draw now after the Southern Draw. Guys, I'll be here for a couple more minutes to just get your reactions. If you want to get a comment in, head to the comments. Make sure you're subscribed as well, of course, before you head to the comments. Get involved down there. Let us know who you support and who your team is facing, and let us know as well if you got your prediction right for who you thought you would face. And we are closing in on 350 likes. We're 5 likes away. Let's have a look at the reaction then to the draw. What are people saying? If you missed the southern side of the draw, by the way, just scroll back 5 minutes and you will see it. But this is the northern draw, which was done afterwards. Alexa is a Carlisle fan and says, I'm satisfied. Carlisle, they got Stoke, didn't they? Nat says, I'm disappointed with Hull, but okay. Yeah, it's the same as me, actually. An away match to a championship team is probably the worst thing we could have got. Coventry got Bristol City, which is like, but we might win and we might lose, and there might be a benefit to either. Pompey away will be good, says Luke. Yes, and you'll be going twice. Portsmouth versus Millwall. Pompey away should be decent, says Harry. Yeah. Let's have a look at a few more comments. So Nigel Farage says Hull City will beat Sheffield Wednesday, should we say. We will see. We will see. Of course, these games start at the sort of start of August, don't they? They're after the first weekend of championship games. And potentially, I might go to both of the first few away games for Coventry, which is going to be Stoke and now Bristol City. The annoying thing is, I was planning on going to Bristol City in the league in August, and now we've got them away in the cup in August. So that can be that can spoil things a little bit, can't it? When you've got an away game sort of back to back, that can ruin things a little bit. But it's not the end of the world. Leeds away is a goal feast. Middlesbrough fan says. Stoke barely missing Port Vale there, someone said. Where did they get to? Stoke, yeah, they were called out a couple before Port Vale. Leeds and Borough, says Brad. That's probably the best game, isn't it, Leeds v Borough, in terms of quality. But the thing is, you might find that the teams won't go full strength. They might just think, I'll go reasonably strong, but not like full strength, and there you have it. Yeah, give your thoughts, guys. Give your final conclusions to that. Like I say, I'll be here for maybe 2 more minutes. I'll stick with you until 10 to. Just make sure for the last chance you've subscribed and liked. Once again, massive thank you for your support. There's been thousands of people that have joined our stream today. I got that right. Millwall v Portsmouth, someone said. Oh, fair play. That's pretty good. He predicted that. Derby v Chesterfield is 2 Derbyshire clubs. Yeah, I think Derby Chesterfield could be a good game, couldn't it? You know, looking at the geography. Who did Man City get? Someone's asked. If you've just joined us and you're not aware, the Premier League teams don't join until round 2. So this is the Football League clubs, the Championship, League 1 and League 2. Premier League teams join in the next round. We have Portsmouth away twice midweek this season. I wish one was on a Saturday, although I booked the league match off yesterday, so we'll be going, says Ross. There you go. Yeah, you sometimes get that your better away days are midweek. So Coventry's 2 nearest away games in the league this season are Derby and West Brom, and they're both midweek, which is a bit annoying. But there you go. Right. 10 seconds, well, not 10 seconds, 30 seconds to get your final comments in, and then we'll start saying farewell. So get your comments in. I'll just leave the Northern Draw up in case you want to have one more look. And as I said, if you want to see the Southern Draw, just rewind 30 seconds or so. When are you going to do the wheel table predictions? They're hilarious, says Struggers. Yeah, they are actually. They're quite good. Maybe I could do one this weekend. Would you like to see that? Because they're just random, aren't they? It kills a bit of time during the summer when there's not a lot of football to talk about. So just a reminder, we've got Euro predictions tonight, but maybe we can do some more Premier League predictions and Championship predictions over the weekend. It's all good fun, isn't it? Right, I'm going to sign off in just a second. I'm just going to give you one last thing. Keep those comments coming. Ross says we are away at Leeds in midweek too. Yeah, it's just annoying, isn't it? Like the ones you really want to do can end up at the worst time. Right, I'm just going to plug this before I sign off. Before you go anywhere, if you want to, I'll do follow backs actually on Insta. If you want to drop that a follow, I'll just plug that because I need to do that a bit more. So click that link before I sign off in a few seconds. By the way, we're 1 like away from 350, so make sure to do that. And yeah, click that link down below. I'm going to say goodbye in a few seconds. Home draw is what everyone wants, says William. Happy with Preston versus Sunderland. Big crowd guaranteed. Crowds are usually not very good in round 1, he says. Yeah, Sunderland, even though it's round 1 of the Carabao Cup, they'll still bring thousands, I'm sure. 20-minute walk to Ashton Gate for me, Matt. I moved to Bristol 15 years ago. Well, there you go, Mick. That's worked out quite well for you. So, 2 Bristol City Coventry games in August. There you go. I might see you at one of them. I'm thinking, do I go to the Cup one? The League one will probably be a better game, but the Cup one will be fun, won't it? Because there's no pressure on it. Right. I'm going to say goodbye. Luke says, see you, mate. Have a good day. Yeah, take care, everyone. Like I said, that completes the Carabao Cup draw, the Northern draw and the Southern draw. So there you go. I mean, we will be back on the channel with Euro 2024 predictions tonight. And then, of course, we'll get some Premier League Championship content returning very soon. Thank you once again for your support. Let's see this last comment. Nicholas says, Sheffield United versus Wrexham will be a good game. And I agree, and I'll leave it there. Thank you once again for your support. Take care, everyone. I will see you in the next one. Peace out.